everybody. Nice to see you. Well, I don't really see you, but I will see comments or whatever that you might make, and I will be responding to all of those after the ceremony. But I do want to welcome you to our Autumn Equinox ceremony. It's a very exciting ceremony for me. I love that it's the time of harvest, and I love fall. It's my favorite season. So this is really special to me, and I'm really happy to be able to do this for you. So hang in there and we'll get started. I hope you can see me okay. It's interesting trying to get everything focused and to the right size and everything. Everything changed when I went live this time, so Facebook must have made some changes, but here I am, and we'll start by lighting our flame. I kindle this flame for the hearth, for the home, for the whole of the people. One flame for light, one flame for warmth, one flame to encircle us all. Earth unto heaven, heaven down to earth, this day and every day. May it be so, and may we pray with a good fire. As the ancestors have done in times before, we honor the gods in the old ways, that our hearths and our hearts may give cheer. And so we begin. By our will, by our words, by our work, this place is made whole and holy. By our will, by our words, by our work, this place is made whole and holy. By our will, by our words, by our work, this place is made whole and holy. We're here today to honor the shining ones, the mighty dead, and the allies of nature, and to invite them to join us at this time when the wheel of the year turns from summer towards winter. This is the midpoint in between summer and winter. We're here to honor Nuada, the great king of ancient Ireland, known as the god of healing and he who bestows wealth. Nuada is also known as the cloud maker. We also honor the goddess Ermed, who was the first herbalist. She was also able to resurrect the dead. Very, very precious, beautiful god and goddess for this ceremony. And here in Sedona, we are noticing that the mornings are cooler, a welcome relief after the summer, and we have had so much rain this past month that we have some flowers blooming and bushes are growing well. And I don't know if you can hear it, but it just started raining right now. It's pattering on the roof, so you may be able to hear that rain in the background. I think it's kind of funny that it comes up just as I'm mentioning the rain. But it has been nice to have it. We didn't have as much rain during the summer at all, so this has been a welcome relief over the last couple of weeks to have rain off and on, getting moisture to all the plants and to the land. It really needs it, you know. It's not good to have parched land by any means. So I think it's wonderful, and it's a wonderful way for this, the last salute to the sun until spring. That's what we're doing right now. So we'll start with the Light Druid's prayer. Take a deep breath and just focus within yourself as I go through this. Beloved source of all life, from whom all life-giving love flows and returns in the great way of things, sacred and holy are you. May we ever feel the flow of your divine presence in every moment of every day and in every living thing. Provide us forever with your bounty of nourishment and abundance in all forms, and teach us to trust in this everlasting outpouring. Teach us to walk in peace and harmony with every creature, field, and flower. Guide us to know only your truth, and give us courage to honor and protect this truth. And keep us from that which is not in alignment with your blessings and your grace. For you are the love that encompasses us, guides us, heals us, and upholds us. And we choose to be emanations of your sacred flame as we shine like the rising sun, bringing light and warmth to the world in which we live. Today and always be it so. And now we do the two powers where we're anchoring ourselves, the light on earth, anchoring the light on earth. And we establish this with the three worlds of the heavens, the midworld, and the underworld, when we attune ourselves with their powers and magnify them within us. So what we're going to do is take a moment to just feel when you are connected to the earth. Feel the places where your feet are touching the earth, or you're sitting, or whatever it is that something is anchoring you to the earth. And as you do so, be aware that you are being very much held in a hug of gravity that holds you here on the earth. So do keep that in mind, that you have the love of the earth constantly around you. And while you are focusing on that, do be aware of energetic roots growing out from the bottoms of your feet down into the earth. And these roots are going down into the earth through all the layers of earth, all the layers of bedrock, all of the layers, all the way down to the actual center of the earth. And right there in the middle of the center of the earth, they go through all these layers and they come out into a cavern. And in the middle of that cavern is a pool of clear water. And that water is known as the waters of potential. And your energetic roots drink that water up. They drink that water up and they bring it up through all those layers of earth, bring it up from the center of the earth, from the waters of potential, bringing it up into your body, bringing it up through the bottom of your feet, up your legs, and it pools in the cauldron of your loins, which is basically the same as your lower three chakras. The cauldron of your loins is filled to overflowing with this water coming in, the waters of potential, filling your lower three chakras. And still the waters rise up, and they rise up into the cauldron of the heart. And the cauldron of your heart is basically the cauldron of your heart. So it's the place between the upper and the lower. Okay? And it fills the waters in that cauldron to overflowing. I hope you can hear me okay. It's really raining out there. What a time to start. But in a way, it's kind of cool. So do feel the energy of that water coming into your heart, and then still flowing down around you and rising up, continuing to rise up into the cauldron of your higher mind, which is basically the same as your upper three chakras. So fills the cauldron of your mind, your higher mind, until it too is overflowing, and you find these waters just flowing down around you, flowing down all around you, and still rising up in you. So it's just constant flow of the waters of potential, just fully filling you with all of the potential that you may need for whatever you need it for. Now that you're aware of that, notice that there's a light above you. Notice it's either the light of the sun or a light, just a light in the heavens, shining down upon you. It's basically known as the light of order. And that light is shining down into the cauldron of your higher mind. It's basically warming all the waters in that cauldron. Warming the waters so a mist starts forming around the top part of your head. It is a mist all around you because the waters being heated by the light of order. And still that light penetrates down into the cauldron of your heart. And it basically takes that cauldron and it keeps the waters in the air until again you get the mist around you. The mist all around you from your heart chakra up. And still the light penetrates down into the cauldron of the loins, warms the waters in that cauldron, warms them until the steam is going all around you. And you're noticing that you feel like you're in a place without a place, in a time without a time, because you're just surrounded by this mist. And still those waters penetrate, that light penetrates down, it penetrates down into the earth. And when it does that, you realize that you are the bridge between heaven and earth. You are the one that is anchoring the light of the heavens on earth in that moment. And we're going to hold this energy within us until the end of the ceremony. And when we come back at the end, we'll be releasing these powers. But right now, know that you are in a time without a time, in a place without a place, and fully capable of the light of water combining with the waters of potential, so that anything you want, need, or whatever, you can make happen. Okay? Know that. Know it. It's important to remember that. That's what we have going right now. So, now what we're going to do is we're going to start the actual ceremony where we make offering to the source of all. Okay? Interestingly, the source of all, from whom all flows and to whom all returns in the great way of things. We make offerings to you. Sacred source, cauldron of making and unmaking, fathomless sea, bountiful spring, mother of all waters, and here in Arizona, the river goddess of Oak Creek, who's our sovereignty goddess here. May you ensure the fertility and prosperity of these lands. Be it so, and accept this offering. And now we make ourselves ready for sharing this time with the powers. Sacred smoke, purify us. Sacred fire, make us whole. Sacred smoke, purify us. Sacred fire, make us whole. Sacred smoke, purify us. Sacred fire, make us whole. Okay, and now we invoke the goddess of inspiration. Goddess of inspiration, keeper of hearth and forge, I call to you. Inspire our sacred words these days. Lead us in the ways of truth and beauty so that our words and thoughts befit, and so our hearts. I make offering of this patchouli rose incense in your honor for all of the inspirations that you ever share with us that help us in this world. We appreciate you. Yashay Ali, which means so be it. And now we unite with the land. Let us be united with you, Lady of the Land, sovereign of the realm under the She, under the fairies. Grant us the abundant blessings of this land. Teach us its mysteries and its lessons as our ways find favor in your eyes. And we offer you this grain in appreciation for all you give to us. And we call for peace in the four directions. May there be peace in the east, the ancient realm of prosperity. May there be peace in the south, the ancient realm of harmony. May there be peace in the west, the ancient realm of wisdom. May there be peace in the north, the ancient realm of strength. And here in the center, where all the worlds meet, may peace prevail. Juniper berries in honor of this time. And now we open our ways to the other worlds. King of the fairies, King of the She, Lord of the ways of the other worlds, we call to you now to hold safe the way for our worship. Maintain a safe passage between this world and the other worlds, that we may freely intermingle with the powers and allies who come in peace and may wish to share this time with us. Fairy King, please accept our offerings. Yashay Ali. And now we offer to the powers. First of all, spirits of this land, seen and unseen allies, you who walk beside us, ever revealing to us the beauty and abundance of this world. We honor you and we share this meal with you. Allies, accept this offering. I call to you, Lord of the dead, first of the ancestors, and to all of the ancestors who join you in the feast hall, ancestors of this place, and ancestors of all of those watching whenever it is you're watching, kin of blood and kin of heart, those who have loved us for always and will always, you who have walked before us, bringing us to this time and this place, we share with you this cup of ale. Ali, please accept this offering. And shining ones, highest and mightiest and most worthy of honor, we honor you here, gods and goddesses of this land and of all of those who are watching at any time that you are. You who walk before us, guiding and lighting our paths, we share our heart with you. Deities, accept our offering. Ali. And now if anyone has any praise offerings that they'd like to make, this would be your time to do it, or you can do it later. I'm basically going to be offering praise to, first of all, the rain, the weather, the moisture on the earth. This is such a big deal. It's just been wonderful. You know, here's an interesting story. It's not a whole lot of information, but I live in a mobile home, and it's very hard for me to get home insurance for this place because basically most places consider Arizona, especially this area, as a fire zone. So the rain is actually a welcome relief. Luckily, I haven't had an issue with that kind of thing, but the fact that they say that says a lot to me about what could happen. So anyway, I'm making this offering in gratitude for this rain that is, you know, basically pelting against the roof in my carport, and it's a tin roof, so it's kind of loud. But anyway, I do appreciate it. I appreciate the moisture. And I also want to make an offering to. This is actually quite a bit. It's, you know, it's the time of autumn, and basically I met the guy that I married and was married to for a long time in September. So it was always very special to me this year. This month is always very special to me for many reasons, and that's one of them. And we also did his funeral. He wanted to be released to one of his favorite places, which was a beach in Massachusetts. And we got together at the beginning of September to honor that. So that to me is just wonderful. So this is in honor of that ancestor, but also all of the other ancestors that have been with me throughout my life. I feel the person I was married to, you know, I still feel his presence all around me. But I also know that the ancestors are who brought me in. So I honor that. I really do. And so this is for all of my ancestors who have made such a difference in my life and have made me who I am in many, many ways. So in gratitude for all of that, I offer this. So, and if you have any of your own, make them on your own time or make them now, whatever you want to do, and you can offer whatever you like. I tend to use my patchouli incense because I love it. And I also feel like it has a power to it. It's patchouli rose, so it has like the high spiritual rose quality as well as a very grounded period. You know, the patchouli is much more grounded, so you get both energies all at once in one of these, and I think that's amazing. It's bringing wholeness. So now, at this time of the autumn equinox, as I mentioned at the beginning, we honor the god Nuada, who was the beloved king of the Tuatha De Danann, also known as the fairy folk. Now, interestingly, when they first came to Ireland, they were not known as the fairy folk. That's something that they went into later on. But they were able to walk, they were ethereal beings, and they were able to walk between worlds. And that's part of why I say fairy king and things like that when I'm doing ceremony. But Nuada was the first king of the Tuatha De Danann and ruled for 7 years prior to coming to Ireland. Upon arriving, he found the island already inhabited by the Furbo, and a great battle ensued, wherein Nuada lost his arm by the warrior Srang. The Tuatha De Danann, with the Dagda's help, which we talked about at Beltane, the Dagda, went on to gain the upper hand and won the first battle of Magturig. Because the king must be unblemished, however, that was the law then, and Nuada had lost his arm, Bress was put into place as king, and he was a half-Fomorian prince, and he was known for his intellect and his beauty. Unfortunately, Bress turned out to be an oppressive ruler and lacked in hospitality, which is something these people did not believe in. They believed in hospitality big time. So they were very disgruntled. The people became disgruntled. And Dian Kek, the healer, made Nuada an arm of silver, and thus the name Ergetlam, which means silver-armed king, basically. And then later Miak, who is Dian Kek's son, made Nuada an arm of flesh and blood because he had a power of magic about him. And Bress was removed from the kingship, having ruled for 7 years, and Nuada was restored and ruled for another 20. So it's just really amazing. Now, his sword was known as Clan Suli, and it's considered one of the 4 treasures of the Tuatha De Danann. There are 4 treasures, and Clan Suli was one of them, so that's actually very significant also. And now I'm going to call upon Nuada of the Silver Arm. Nuada Ergetlam, Silver-Armed King, we call to you to join us here this night. We honor you with whiskey, so that the healing aspects of the sun may be upon us. We honor you as silver, as they did in the days of old. It's just a small little silver thing, but it's all pure silver. And this actually helps our ailments to be healed. And I'm going to put that in the waters, and that will be released to the earth. And then also offerings of our harvest, which includes the bread. So this is basically going to be going out also. I'll be cutting it up probably for the birds more than anything, but that is going to be going out to the earth. And we will be offering that. I'm going to actually leave this here for now because there's more going into this bowl. And then I'll put that in at the end. But it's definitely an offering to the earth. Deep gratitude to the one who protects our land. Be welcome among us, Nuada, and accept our offerings. Now we also honor Ermed, the first herbalist. In the lore, the goddess Ermed was one of the Tuatha De Danann, and with her father Dian Kek, who I mentioned earlier, and her brother Miak, who I mentioned earlier, she healed those injured in the second battle of Magturig. So there was another battle. And Ermed had great magical powers, and herb craft was her specialty. Her brother had taught her well, and she knew the different uses of each and every plant. But their father was jealous of Miak's skill as a healer, and in rage, he slew his own son, and Ermed wept over her brother's grave. Watered by her tears, all of the healing herbs of the world spring from the earth over Miak's body. Ermed collected and organized them all and used them for people who needed healing. It is believed that Ermed still works as a physician, high in the mountains of Ireland, spending much of her time healing fairies, elves, and even humans, bringing them all back to good health through her practical knowledge and amazing magical skills. So now we call upon Ermed to join us. Ermed, daughter of Dian Kek, great herbal healer, we ask you to join us here this night. We offer you herbs of healing so that your work as a healer continues. And the first herb that we are offering is actually mistletoe. I haven't been able to get fresh mistletoe for quite some time, but I have some stems and some of the little branches from past mistletoe things I had. So that will all be offered to the earth. That's what this is, mistletoe. Actually thinking I think I found a place that I can find mistletoe here. I haven't been able to find it for a while, but I think I found a place recently. So maybe next year I'll have mistletoe. And then fresh mistletoe. And we offer herbs of purification that all wrongs are righted. And we do that with what we used at the beginning when we were doing our clearing. It's sage. So we're offering sage to the earth. And this is, like I said, this is purification of all wrongs. It's a purification sage. It's basically an herb of purification. So that's also going to the land. And then finally, herbs that basically, they're herbs of sweetness that bring an increase in energy and well-being, and that's rosemary. So keep that in mind, because rosemary is actually a very popular thing to cook with, and it tastes good, and it's actually doing very beneficial, wonderful things for you, because it has to do with increasing energy and well-being. So we offer you this rosemary. This is actually from my neighbor's bush, which is kind of cool. So there we go. Now we can put this in here too. And we ask Ermid to be welcome among us, and please accept our offerings. And now, as we start to be filled with the powers of Nuada and Ermid, let us celebrate the harvest by purifying ourselves and transmuting that which needs transmuting. Okay, and we all have it. We all have our issues and our, things that need to change in our lives and all of that. So I have these two, basically they're wheat shafts. And what I'm going to do is I have in here, this is the waters of life that we started with. So basically what we're going to do is I'm going to dip the ends in. I'm going to spray towards the screen so that it's basically blessing anybody, however you're watching, where you are. And then I will be basically releasing them out into the earth afterwards, or burning them, one or the other. I haven't decided which yet. But whatever I'm doing, this is part of us getting through this, the impurities all washing away, okay? So here we go. There you go. And me too. Yeah. Okay, so that also will be going out to the land when we're at that point. So I will leave them actually right in between there. Okay. Here's a piece that got away. Go in there too. Okay, another one. Pieces are falling off. They're saying, we're ready, we're ready. So, like I said, I will be finding a safe place to either burn them or release them to the land. And it does transmute the energies in our homes, and it makes space for the new. And this is, for anyone watching, this is happening for you because of me doing that on the screen. So keep that in mind as we go forward. And now next, I talked about the sword of Nuada when I was talking about Nuada, right? Clan Suli is the name of it. And I have this sword. It's a sword I bought at one point. It's very Celtic, it has Celtic designs. I'll bring it closer. If you can see the Celtic designs on it. I think that's so cool. I think I got it in a Renaissance fair or something. But I call it my Clan Suli. It's one of actually several swords I have, but it's really easy to use for ritual here at the house. So basically, I will touch, just like I showed it to you, I'm going to go back and I'm touching you as if I'm touching your head like this. And what that does is it's transmuting anything that doesn't serve you. And as I touch you, imagine yourself holding your sword to the heavens, okay? And feel any challenges and botherations that you may have shifting into the strong light of truth. Okay, so now I'm going to bring this to you and bless you. I'm basically going to touch the screen. There. There. So wherever you are, you've been blessed. Okay? Blessings, blessings, blessings. The sword of Nuada. Notice everything shifting into the strong light of truth. And now also we're going to do a new moon working because the new moon is tomorrow. It's the second new moon in Virgo in a row, but it's at the very last degrees. It's like 29 degrees of Virgo. So it's literally a couple hours after the new moon is exact. The moon will be moving, and the sun also moving into Libra. So interestingly, so this is, it will be basically tomorrow, Sunday, September 21st at 12:54 p.m., which is Pacific Daylight Time. And this is the time of the Virgo new moon. So let's do some intentions for this new moon cycle, as well as for the wishes for the harvest to come. Okay? So a new moon is a time of new beginnings, and this particular new moon invites us to stay grounded and healthy, which is exactly why we have AirMed here and all of that, right? As well as a time to do some decluttering. So keep that in mind. It's a time to get rid of things that don't serve you anymore. It's actually really good. And you may find a lot of the newness is coming in. New things are coming in because of the decluttering. It's like when we let go of things that don't serve us anymore, we're allowing what does serve us to come in. Otherwise, we don't have room for it. So it's something to keep in mind all the time. You know, it's also a time to align with your deepest values and a renewed sense of clarity and freedom within yourself. That's all this is in the new moon. And I did post earlier today, I reposted the new moon video. If you haven't seen it yet, you can find it on my page, Linda Mae Costello, or on the Druids of the Light page. I posted it to both, so you can actually watch it again if you haven't seen it. And it tells you much more about some of the aspects coming up and, you know, some of the changes and all that. So it's something to keep in mind. And as a result, I make this offering with your intentions in mind, that they may manifest for you, okay, at this time of the new moon. So think carefully whenever you want. It can be right now if something comes to you, or if it's something that you want to ponder, that's fine too. This is still helping you to get that into exactly what you're wanting to manifest, okay? So as you take a moment to think about what you would like, I make this offering in your honor. Yashay Ali. Oops, wrong one. I almost put it back with others. Okay. So at this time, I share this cup with the land and with all of you assembled here. And if you have any other words or requests or prayers that you might share to the ancestors or any of the allies of nature, or to the gods, or any gratitudes that you would like to express, feel free to do so now from wherever you're at. I'll give you a few minutes to do that. Okay. And Nuada and Ermed, I drink to you and to the memory of your greatness and your grace. Within your healing, we find our own healing. Within your generosity, we find our abundance. Within your honor, we find our gratitude. Yashay Ali. Please accept this offering. And to all of you who are watching, whenever you're watching, time doesn't exist. Time without a time, place without a place. Okay? Blessings to all of you who have attended this day. May your harvest be plentiful and your lives be prosperous. May you always have bread for your table and coin in your pocket. May the light fill you to overflowing so you shine even in the dark. And may your heart be ever filled with joy. Yashay Ali. In your honor. So we have been blessed this day. So as we prepare to depart, let's thank those who have aided us. Nuada, for your protection, your strength, and your sword's transmutation, we thank you. Ermed, for your healing, your purifying, and your life-giving sweetness, we thank you. Mighty ancestors, sacred shining ones, and noble allies for joining us at our fire, we thank you. My Lady of the Land, for the union that we share with you, we thank you. Fairy King, She King, for holding open the ways between the worlds, we thank you. And Goddess of Inspiration, for our honey sweet words, we thank you. And finally, to the source of all, from which we came and to which we return, we thank you. And any leftover, we make offerings to you to return to the earth. Now take a moment. Sorry. I guess I went down the wrong way. Take a moment. Take a moment to remember your tree self. Excuse me, I'm sorry. That's why I keep water handy. Let's take a moment to remember your tree self, the light of order coming down and anchoring into the earth, the waters of potential flowing all around you. And what we're going to do right now is we're going to release what you don't need, let go of the light and seeing it rising back up into the heavens, but keeping within yourself that which you might need, knowing that you can call upon this at any time. And let go of the waters, allowing them to go back down into the well of potential in the center of the earth, but keeping within your cauldrons what you may need. And again, know that you can call upon those energies, all of the waters of potential and all of the light of order at any time you need it, so that you can use that in your life. And when you feel ready, feel yourself back in this room, fully present and fully engaged. And so we end as we began. Go in peace. The rite has now ended. Yashay Ali. So, I want to thank you. I want to thank anybody who's joined me for this, anyone who's watching, anyone who, if you have comments to make, that's fine too. And I will be reading all the comments tonight and answering any that need to be answered. But whenever you are watching this, it always still applies. Because like I said, time without a time and a place without a place. We are what we are. So I want to send you blessings of love and abundance at this harvest time. Okay, beautiful, beautiful time of year, and I'm so grateful. One of the things I didn't mention is I'm actually going to New England in the fall this year, and I am so excited about that because there's nothing like the fall in New England. So that's actually a really wonderful blessing that I'm looking forward to. And thank you, thank you, thank you.